I wanted to ask you about conference realignment and where we're at currently because we're in a very interesting time for kind of not, I don't want to call them the have-nots because these are massive programs,
Yeah.
but the ACC looks like it could be going through a change soon. The Pac-12 is, who knows what the Pac-12 is going to be in 5 to 10 years. And then the Big 12. My biggest question is, I guess we could start with the ACC. How do you think this will play out with Clemson and Florida State kind of saying, hey, you need to pay us more money?
It's it's a case of how daring their lawyers want to be, really,
Yep.
because that grant of rights thing is real.
Insane.
It's basically your home games belong to the SEC. I'm sorry, to the ACC until 2036, and if they want to challenge it and they can break it, great. But you got to figure out a way. Could you get enough votes to dissolve the conference? I don't think you could do that
Mm-mm.
because I don't think there's that many teams that would feel like they were better off not in the ACC. Are you going to get more money? This is the part about the more money thing. Like, let's say I'm Florida State, Clemson, North Carolina, Miami. I go to Boston College and say, hey, give me more money. And Boston College goes, or what? Well, we'll leave when this contract's up. If I'm Boston College, I'm like, you're going to leave when this contract's up anyway.
Yep.
And me, president of Boston College, will not be president of Boston College in 2036. So I'm just going to be the dumbass who gave away money. So why would I do that?
Yeah, no, I mean, what would Pittsburgh, Louisville, I mean, these are schools that would do fine without the ACC, but they may not do as well. And then obviously it's kind of the haves and have-nots, but the have-nots in the ACC have the haves stuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what's interesting is Clemson, Florida State were all there when all of this went down. And what happened was the Big Ten took Maryland, and they all freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all like, well, not all of them, because like Florida State had a their chair of their board of trustees was like, why don't we go to the Big 12? But the president at Florida State at the time, Eric Barron, who went on to become president of Penn State, didn't really have a stomach for any kind of realignment. The ACC old line schools wanted to stay together. And so they said to John Swofford, who was the commissioner at the time, get us some security. Well, he got him security. He got basically a TV deal that lasts forever and a grant of rights that once they added the ACC network and extended, because part of the deal for adding the ACC network was it extended the contract. That was what ESPN wanted in return, was a longer term. And so that's what they got. And they got security, but they also got handcuffed together for a long, long, long time.
Well, what do you think the ACC can even do to make themselves? Yeah, I don't even know.
That's the problem. Everybody's like, find alternate revenue streams. I'm like, where?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
What?
Where could they even go? They could try to squeeze out, some more water out of the towel from some schools across the Atlantic coast, but I don't even know. I'm just trying to think strategically.
Yeah, adding doesn't help. Adding mouths to feed doesn't help. John Skipper said, why don't they merge with the Pac-12? He was the president of ESPN. He made the deal. Mm-hmm. So he knows a lot about that and understands the dynamics of it very well. And because that was something that came out initially after that last round after UCLA and USC decided to go to the Big Ten, was would the ACC and the Pac-12 consider a merger? And I kind of dismissed it out of hand right away because I was like, where's the incentive for the ACC members? Are they going to make more out of this? It just sounds like they'd be sharing their cable network with somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's not going to help them. And, Skipper brought that up again on the Levitard show a couple weeks ago. And I was like, okay, maybe he obviously knows a lot more than me because he made the deal,
mm-hmm.
But I still don't see where the money is because let's say you do that. You get into the cable footprint of
Colorado,
Oregon,
yeah.
Washington State, California, Colorado, Utah, Arizona. And so all of a sudden, those people who are paying 40 cents a month for the ACC network are now paying $1.40 a month.
Yep.
That is real money. But it's also real money that probably needs to go to the Pac-12 members.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're Florida State, you're not getting anything more out of that. So what's the point?